Act 3 is opening in Venice. Salarino and conversing with each other. Shakespeare has always used both these characters not as someone who contributes to the plot of the story. I beg your pardon?
Begin the story.
Begin the story in the sense as a narrator. What happens is when they talk to each other, whatever information Shakespeare wants to put across to us, जो कि वो ड्रामेटाइजेशन में शो नहीं कर सकता है, वो उन दोनों के कॉन्वर्सेशन के थ्रू ऑडियंस को पुट अक्रॉस करता है. So right now, what are they talking about over here in the opening scene? Open your text. What are they talking to each other? Because by now you are understanding the Shakespearean English little bit. You don't have text. तो मुझे बताओ ना, Salarino and Salino एक दूसरे से क्या बात कर रहे हैं? किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? They are talking about Antonio. क्या बोल रहे हैं?
That he had a misfortune.
Okay. What is the misfortune he had?
His cargo has been destroyed.
His cargo has been destroyed. What does that mean? Somebody came and
Been attacked or something. I guess it.
पहले पढ़ो फिर बताओ. उसके बाजी मत करो.
His ship has sunk.
His ship has sunk. Where did it sink?
Woodland sands. Woodland sands.
Woodland sands.
Woodlands.
It sunk in a very accident-prone area because many carcasses of wrecked ship lie there. Carcasses are skeletons. So that means it's an area जहाँ पर बहुत very often shipwreck हो जाता है. Okay, now tell me, when Salarino and Salino are discussing this on the stage, what is going on in the mind of the audience? जब आपको पता लगता है कि एंटोनियो की शिप सिंक हो गई है, तो आप क्या सोचते हो? Yes.
Antonio will pay back his.
Absolutely right. कि Antonio is not going to be able to pay the 3,000 ducats that he has taken from Shylock. अब from the previous scene we also know कि वो payment का time pass में आ रहा है, and previous scene में we have also seen that Shylock's daughter, what is her name? Jessica. She has run away with Lorenzo. Point to be noted, Jessica by religion is a Jew. And Lorenzo by religion is a Christian. अब Shylock को जो गुस्सा आएगा, वो Lorenzo को पकड़ सकता है? वो लोग भाग गए. From previous scene we have seen that he has sent his servant to Bill to go and check the ship which Bassanio has taken to go to Belmont because he is thinking कि हो ना हो Bassanio का कुछ हाथ होगा मेरी बेटी को भगाने में, because he is also Catholic, no? तो अभी ये जो Shylock is angry with Lorenzo, who is a Christian, ये सारा गुस्सा निकलेगा किसपे? So the audience is sitting at the edge of their seat कि oh my God, now Shylock is going to take that pound of flesh. 600 years ago, taking a knife and cutting a pound of flesh meant legal rights to murder him. क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने इसका मांस निकाल लिया, ये हॉस्पिटल में लिया और एक हफ्ते के लिए एक महीने के लिए रहेगा, वापस आ जाएगा. इतना मेडिकल साइंस है ही नहीं. He will die. He will die. He will bleed to death. We are not able to take stitches. 600 years ago, we were still developing anesthesia. अब तक जो सर्जरी हो रही थी वो विदाउट एनेस्थीसिया हो रही थी. So basically, Shylock has the legal right to murder Antonio, according to the bond. So Shakespeare is raising these questions actually through his novel कि ऐसा अलाउड होना चाहिए क्या? क्या आप पैसा दे रहे हो तो आप कुछ भी शर्त रख लो? ऐसा अलाउड होना चाहिए क्या कि एंटोनियो जो कि एक इटालियन है, अपनी कंट्री में है, शाइलॉक जो कि एक जू है, वो जेरूसलम से आया है, पर उसको और एंटोनियो को सेम राइट्स है रियल्टो में? आज की डेट में इफ यू गो टू अमेरिका, you may be an NRI, but will you have the same rights as a person who's born in America, brought up in America, and he's an American citizen? अगर कोई फ्रांस का इधर आ जाए, फ्रेंच पर्सन, तो उसको इक्वल राइट है मेरे जितना? नहीं है। तो अब ये लॉज ऐसे हो गए, तब ऐसे नहीं थे। एंटोनियो एंड शाइलॉक हैव इक्वल राइट्स. So Shakespeare is raising these questions to the audience. Point to be noted, who is the audience? The audience is not French and Germans and Italians and Indians and Japanese. ये जो इतना मूवमेंट, क्रॉस कंट्री मूवमेंट जो है, वो अब हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ एयर फ्लाइट्स. उस टाइम पे ओनली इटालियंस आर सिटिंग देयर, ओनली जूज एंड क्रिश्चियंस आर सिटिंग देयर, और कोई धर्म का इंसान वहां बैठा ही नहीं है. 600 साल पहले इंडिया से कोई इटली जा ही नहीं सकता था, कोई शिप रूट ही नहीं था, समझ रहे हो? तो सिर्फ कार्गो शिप्स होती थी, पैसेंजर शिप्स का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था जैसे आज की डेट में है. सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट द ऑडियंस इज क्रिश्चियन एंड जूस इटसेल्फ, एंड वहां पर क्वेश्चन रेज हो रहा है कि जूस को इक्वल राइट होना चाहिए क्या? ओके, सो एंटोनियो के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, सैलरिनो एंड सेलिनो. हु कम्स? Shylock comes. What does he come and say? Firstly, when he comes, what does Saladino say? Who has come? Devil in the shape of a Jew has come. उसके मुंह पर उसको क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं. तो बेसिकली क्रिश्चियंस जो थे वो जूस को इंट्रीट कर रहे थे, और ये चीज फिर हिटलर ने बहुत ज्यादा की. क्या किया उसने? आफ्टर सम इयर्स जूस को मार दिया. व्हाट डू वी नो दैट इवेंट एज? एच से स्टार्ट होता है. एच उन लोगों को बड़े बड़े चेंबर में डाला था, उसमें गैस रिलीज की थी, फिर वो लोग सब मर गए थे. होलोकॉस्ट, HOLOCAUST, होलोकॉस्ट. The Jews were killed, many thousands and thousands of Jews. इसलिए आज के डेट में Jews बहुत कम दिखते हैं हमको. The Parsis who are in India, do you know they are actually Jews? उसका स्टोरी क्या है कि at the advent of the World War, when Hitler was after the Jews, capturing them, taking them out of their houses, putting them into these chambers which were built in the forest, releasing the gas, and they were dying. Thousands of Jews were killed like this. Men in one camp, women in another camp, children in another camp. ठीक है? तो उस टाइम पे जो रिच जूस थे, रिच यूरोप के, वो लोग एक बोट में बैठ के वहां से निकल पड़े. तो एक आप वर्ल्ड मैप का आइडिया देखो कि अगर यूरोप से कोई बोट ऐसे निकलती है तो वो कहाँ पहुंचती है?
Which side, like this or this?
This is Europe, this is America. तो बोट ऐसे निकल रही है यूके से, यूरोप से, तो कहाँ पहुंच रही है? इंडिया में पहुंच रही है. वो शिप कहाँ लैंड हुई? गुजरात, कच्छ के पास. ठीक है? तो वहां का जो गुजरात का राजा था, सम पटेल, he took these Jews, they were mostly ladies and children, he took them into their palace and he hid them there. कि जर्मनी से कोई ढूंढता हुआ यहाँ तक नहीं आएगा, आप यहाँ पर सुरक्षित हो. उसने उनको अपना धर्म पालने दिया, अपना हिंदुइज्म उस पर इम्पोज नहीं किया कि आपको भी मंदिर में पूजा करनी पड़ेगी, आप अपने कस्टम को फॉलो करो. But they were so thankful to the Patel. They gave him lot of riches. They settled down there only. They picked up their language. They started wearing the Gujarati style of saris. They evolved into a new religion, the Parsis. The Parsis are actually the Jews who landed in India out of the fear of being killed. And you understand why the Parsis speak Gujarati. But they have all those Jew culture. कोई अगर उनके घर से बाहर जाता है लॉन्ग जर्नी पे तो वो अपने घर के बाहर अंडा फोड़ते हैं. हिंदुइज्म में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, मुस्लिम्स में भी नहीं है, कैथलिक्स में भी नहीं है. ये जू कल्चर है. वो अपने घर के बाहर रंगोली जरूर बनाते हैं. दिस इज द गुजरात इन्फ्लुएंस ऑन द जूस. एक्चुअली जूस नहीं करते हैं. वो लोग एक ग्लास में आधा पानी भर के आधा तेल भर के उसके ऊपर एक कॉटन को जलाते हैं. दिस इज द सिनेगॉग. सिनेगॉग इज द रिलीजियस प्लेस ऑफ द जूस. वहां पर इस तरीके से जैसे कैथलिक कैंडल जलाते हैं, हिंदूज दिया जलाते हैं, जो जूस होते हैं वो ऐसे ग्लास के अंदर आधा पानी आधा तेल डाल के जलाते हैं. So this is the history. So anyway, यहाँ पर Salvino and Salino are talking about Antonio's ship being dead. Shylock comes in. They call him the devil. Now the burning question: Hey Shylock, what are you going to do if Antonio is not able to pay his money? This is what the audience के mind में चल रहा है. Salvino poses to Shylock. Okay, what are you going to do if Antonio is not able to pay the money? तो हम देखते हैं कि एंटोनियो का रिप्लाई क्या था. Two of you sit together. Somebody give me your MOB. क्या मोक्ष तू राघव के साथ बैठ जाए. Keep a pencil in your hand. कुछ हम अंडरलाइन करके लिखेंगे. Now, what news of the Rialto? What is Rialto? Money market. Underline Rialto and write money market. मोक्ष में तेरा लिख रही हूँ, टेंशन मत ले. रियाल्टो आज के डेट में भी इटली में एक जगह है, बट एक्चुअली रियाल्टो जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना मच्छी मार्केट, एपीएमसी बोला तो उसका मतलब मार्केट है वो. तो रियाल्टो इज द फाइनेंशियल मनी मार्केट. शेयर, बोरोइंग, लेंडिंग. Why yet it lives there unchecked that Antonio had a ship of rich lading meaning cargo, wrecked on the narrow seas मतलब English Channel. The good winds, I think they call the place, a very dangerous flat and fatal मतलब deadly, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried, shipwrecks. As they say, if my gossip report be an honest woman of her word. Gossip report meaning it is not something that has been published in the newspaper. लोग ऐसा बात कर रहे हैं. It just may be a rumor. I would she were as lying a gossip in that as ever made Ginger or made her neighbors believe she wept for the death of her third husband. जिस लेडी ने ये रूमर फैलाया होगा वो कोई ऐसे टाइप की लेडी होगी जो कि बार-बार शादी करके उसका हस्बैंड मर जाता होगा. तो थर्ड हस्बैंड के मरने पर when she is actually not feeling very bad that her third husband is died, she is not very attached to him, she would put ginger in her mouth ताकि उसकी आंख से पानी आए, ताकि her neighbors will believe that she is crying for her husband. Something stupid, but that's what is happening. But it is true without any slips of proximity or crossing the plain highway of talk that the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh that I had title good enough to keep it name in company. So they are really sad for Antonio कि एक अच्छे आदमी के साथ एक बुरा हादसा हो गया. Tap the full stop. What say it down? why the end is he had lost a ship. I would it might prove the end of his losses. So he saying यहाँ पर एंटोनियो की लाइफ में एक फुल स्टॉप आ जाता है. तो वो बोलता है अरे just because one ship has sunk you are putting full stop to Antonio's life. He's saying this will be the last of his losses. इसके बाद उसकी जिंदगी में कोई लॉस नहीं होने वाला. क्यों?
He will die.
Because he will die. Let me say amen be times lest the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. Here comes the devil in the shape of a Jew. How now, Shylock, what news among the merchants? You know none so well as you of my daughter's plight. Shylock बोलता है, why are you trying to tease me and asking me और क्या नया ताजा? तुमको अच्छे से पता है कि my daughter has run away. So don't try to ask me कि क्या नया ताजा. That certain I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings. She flew withal, and Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was flesh, and then in the complexion of them all, to leave the dawn. तो वो जब उसको बोलता है, don't try to tease me, I know that you are aware that my daughter has run away. तो बोलता है, हाँ मेरे को तो पता है कौन सा वो टेलर था जिसने तेरे डॉटर के लिए विंग्स बनाए ताकि वो उड़ जाए, मेरे को सब पता है कि नहीं. तो बोलता है शाइलॉक को तो ये भी पता था कि कौन सी बर्ड के साथ वो भाग रही है. तो he is suggesting that he knew about Lorenzo. And Shylock says she is damned for me. Damned मतलब dead. मेरे लिए तो वो मर चुकी है, मेरे को उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. That's certain. If the devil may be her judge, my own flesh and blood to rebel. मेरा खुद का बच्चा मेरे against जा रहा है. Out upon it, old carrion rebels it at these years. मतलब आजकल ये इतना कॉमन हो गया है किसी लड़के का लड़की के साथ भाग जाना. तुम इसकी वजह से अपनी डॉटर के साथ रिलेशनशिप थोड़ी खत्म कर सकते हो. I say my daughter is my flesh and my blood. There is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory. वो तो तुम उसको अपना flesh and blood बोल रहे हो, भाई तुम में और उसमें जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. तुम jet black हो, वो ivory white है. Because you are evil से भी evil, she is good maybe better. More between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. Red wine is cheap wine. Rhenish is very expensive German wine, white wine. You can underline Rhenish and write expensive wine. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or not? तो इसे तुम क्या अपना डॉटर के बारे में बात करना स्टार्ट कर रही हो? I am asking you if you have heard any news about Antonio's ships. मैं तो वो पूछ रहा हूँ तेरे को. There I have another bad match, a bankrupt, a prodigal, who dare scarce show his head on the Rialto, a beggar that has used to come to smirk upon the mark. Let him look to his bond. He has want not to call me usherer. Let him look to his bond. So that means Shylock has also got news that Antonio's ship has been wrecked. Because he saying उसको याद दिला दो कि उसने मेरे साथ एक bond sign किया है. He has to pay me money. Tell him to look at his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond. उधर बहुत होशियार बन के ना अपना पैसा बांटता फिरता था. अभी now his ship has wrecked. Now does he have money to pay my money back? Why I am sure if he forfeit thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for you? He saying चलो ठीक है उसकी ship डूब गई है. Even if he is not able to pay your money back to you, tell me what good is it to you, Shylock, to take a pound of flesh from Antonio's body? अब पहले वाले सीन में if you remember 9th standard में हुआ था कि Shylock says his pound of flesh is of no good to me. अगर वो किसी गाय का फ्लैश होता तो मैं उसको बीफ बना के बेचता. अगर वो किसी गोट का शिप होता तो मैं उसको मटन बना के बेचता, अगर वो पिग का फ्लेश होता तो मैं उसको पोक बना के बेचता, बट ह्यूमन फ्लेश कौन खाता है? I cannot even sell human flesh in the market. I cannot eat it myself also. It is of no use to me. तो अब वो वही चीज उसको बोल रहा है कि Antonio's flesh is actually of no use to you ना. तो अब यहाँ पर ये जो है ना Shylock का इतना लंबा डायलॉग, it is the Shylock's famous speech of revenge. इस तरीके के दो बहुत फेमस स्पीच है इस प्ले में. One is Shylock's famous speech of revenge और एक कोर्ट रूम सीन जब आता है तब पोर्शिया का एक सीन लंबा डायलॉग है, that is quality of mercy, because she tells Shylock to have mercy on Antonio. So this is Shylock's famous speech of revenge. लिखो. ठीक है, अब इसमें वो बोलता क्या है? He says that no doubt this pound of flesh will be of no use to me. I cannot go to the market and sell it. I cannot consume it. But does a Jew not have eyes just like Christians have? Had not a Jew eyes? ये बहुत famous dialogue है. Does not a Jew bleed if he is cut? Does not a Jew feel pain? तो कहीं ना कहीं शेक्सपियर is again targeting the audience and saying कि actually Jews में और Christians में फर्क है क्या? नाना पाटेकर का भी एक कहते हैं ना, ये खून है, ये मुस्लिम का खून है, ये खून मिक्स हो गया, बताओ अभी कौन सा हिंदू है कौन सा मुस्लिम है. It's something like that. He says कि Christians and Jews both are human beings. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो एक सिंपैथी ऑडियंस में अराउज करता है. ऑडियंस फील्स, द रीडर फील्स कि एक्चुअली जो शायलॉक बोल रहा है सच बोल रहा है ना, गलत क्या बोल रहा है. उसको भी तो दर्द हो रहा है, उसकी बेटी भाग गई है, उसने भी तो पैसा दिया है, उसको भी तो अपना पैसा वापस चाहिए. ठीक है. एंड ही एंड्स द स्पीच विद सेइंग कि दिस पाउंड ऑफ फ्लेश ऑफ एंटोनियो will serve the purpose, it will feed my revenge. मेरा बदला पूरा होगा, इसलिए मैं उसका पाउंड ऑफ फ्लेश लूंगा. Now audience doesn't want to hear this actually. Antonio is almost the hero of the novel. Actually Bassanio है, lover boy वो है, but he is almost the hero. The audience doesn't want to see Antonio dead. So when Shylock is saying this, audience is not happy. और उस टाइम में ना ऐसा audience में आवाज आता था, they used to start clapping, they used to do like that. जैसे स्टेडियम में आवाजें आती हैं ना, they make noise. So there was a great reaction in the audience when he said this, it will feed my revenge. To bait fish with all, if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. It had disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned at my nation, fought my bargains, cooled my friends, heated my enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Had not a Jew eyes, had not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer, as a Christian is. If you pick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? If you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferings be by Christian example? Why? Revenge. The villainy of you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. So I am doing nothing different from what a Christian would have done. I will also have my revenge. Gentlemen, my master Antonio is at his house and desires to speak to you both. Whom is the servant speaking to? Salarino and Salino. अभी आप बन जाओ Salario, आप बन जाओ Salarino, and आप बन जाओ Shylock, आप बन जाओ Tubal, और कोई बचा ही नहीं है. चलो start.
Salario.
हाँ, Salario.
Servant.
Servant, gentleman, my master Antonio is at his house and desires to speak with you both.
Salario. We have been up and down to see him.
Enter Tubal.
Here comes another of the tribe. A thought cannot be matched unless the devil himself supports it.
Exit Salanio, Salino, and servant.
How now, Tubal? What news from Jonah? Hast thou found my daughter?
I often came there and hear of her, but cannot find her.
Why, there, a diamond door. Cost me 2,000 ducats in franc. The curse never fell upon our nation then. I never felt it till. 2,000 ducats in that, and other precious jewels. I would my daughter were dead at my foot, and the jewels in her ear. Would she wear hers at my foot, and the ducats in her coffin? No news of them. Why so? And I know not what spent in the search. Why though loss upon loss? The thief gone with so much, and so much to find them, and no satisfaction, no reward. Nor no ill luck staring, but what lights my shoulders. No sight but of my breathing, no tears but of my shedding.
Yes, other men have ill luck too, Antonio, as I heard in their own.
What? Ill luck.
Hath been artlessly cast away, coming from Pretorius.
I thank God. Is it true?
I spoke with some of the sailors that escaped the wreck.
I thank thee. Good Tubal, good news. Aha. Where? In Giona?
Your daughter spent in Giona, as I heard in one night, 4 ducats.
Those tickets a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 4 ducats at a sighting. 4 ducats.
There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice. That's where he cannot choose but break.
I am very glad of it. I'll plague him. I'll torture him. I am glad of it.
One of them showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a monkey.
Out upon her. Door to what's it? Torturous double. It was my turquoise. I had it of Leah when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it to the wildness of monkeys.
Put the box on Leah. Leah is another character who never appears in the novel. She is Shylock's dead wife. Jessica's mother.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
Nah, that's true. That's very true. Go to him. See me an officer. Respect him a fortnight before. I will have the heart of him if he quote me. For were he out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will go. Go, Tubal, and meet me at our synagogue. Go, Tubal, at our synagogue, Tubal.
So now what has happened? Salarino and Salino and servant have left. So it is now Shylock and Tubal on the stage. What are they talking about? Shylock is asking Tubal, I had sent you to find about my daughter. So he's saying, yes, I went to the port of Genoa. I have located your daughter there. She has spent 80 ducats. हो जाए ना 20 score. नहीं 4 score. Score means 20. So 4 score means 4 into 20, which is 80. So she has spent 80 ducats in one day. It is a huge amount. So that is telling us a lot about Jessica. What are we drawing inference about her? What type of a person is she?
She likes to spend a lot.
She's a spendthrift. She's like Bassanio. Is she like Shylock? He's a miser. पैसे को पकड़ता है, खर्चता नहीं है. His daughter is not like that. Perhaps his wife also must have not been like that. तभी तो daughter like that. Okay. Secondly, Lorenzo, who has taken Jessica and eloped, did he make any financial arrangements to be able to survive on their own? No. Is he a responsible person? Jessica immature, Bassanio immature. Is it a real marriage made in heaven? Sorry, Lorenzo. Lorenzo and Jessica. Is it a couple made in heaven? Are they a good match? Does it look like their marriage is going to last? Are they going to be happy with each other? So from the very onset of Jessica and Lorenzo being together, Shakespeare has already established with his readers that they are not a match made in heaven. They are very immature. They were not supposed to get married to each other. Anyway, अब Shylock का reaction. Up till now, when he said he is not a Jew, this and Jew that, and ye who I am also, we are also like Christians and all that, we were having some sympathy for Shylock. Whenever Shakespeare arouses some sympathy in the reader for Shylock, immediately वो उस चीज को break कर देता है. Because what is Shylock's reaction over here? अरे भगवान करे ऐसी बेटी का डेड बॉडी मेरे सामने आ जाए, मुझे मेरे जूट्स वापस मिल जाए और ऐसी बेटी से भी छुटकारा मिल जाए. ऐसा तो बात बोलता है क्या? He would say, jewels जा रहा है तो जाए, पैसा जा रहा है तो जाए. You have met my daughter. You tell me where she is. I will go and get her back. You think of your child. You don't think of the money. He is thinking of the money. He is not thinking of the child. So immediately the reader is again of the opinion कि Shylock एक घटिया इंसान है. Antonio so good, Shylock so shit. अच्छा हुआ जेसिका भाग गई लोरेंजो के साथ. जैसा भी रहेगी इसके साथ तो बेटर रहेगी. She would have suffered in the hands of Shylock. It's almost as if he doesn't have those fatherly emotions for his daughter. जबकि Jews are not like that. Jews are very close bound to their children. They are very close knit family type. ठीक है. अच्छा, दूसरी बात टुपल बताता है कि योर डॉटर हैज एक्सचेंज्ड अ टर्कोइज रिंग. जैसे डायमंड वाइट होता है, रूबी रेड होता है, टर्कोइज एक ब्लू कलर का स्टोन होता है जिसको हिंदी में पन्ना बोलते हैं. ठीक है. सो शी हैज एक्सचेंज्ड बार्टर सिस्टम अ टर्कोइज रिंग फॉर अ मंकी. उसने एक बंदर पेट खरीदा है और उसके बदले में एक टर्कोइज की रिंग दी है. And oh my God, that turquoise ring belonged to her mother. It was her mother's engagement ring. Is she attached to her mother at all? एक daughter तो अपनी मरी हुई माँ का engagement ring संभाल के रखती है ना. Is she doing that? No. Shylock और आग बगोला हो जाता है. Oh my God, मेरी लिया का ring. I want that ring back. मार दो जेसिका को, खत्म करो, मेरे को मेरे जूस वापस ला के दो. He has emotional attachment to his jewels, not only monetary attachment. He has emotional attachment. Again, the reader is feeling sympathy for Shylock. Shakespeare alternate करता है reader का emotion for Shylock. एक मिनट हमको Shylock पे तरस आता है, एक मिनट हमको लगता है shit character है. बेचारा but shit character है. बेचारा but shit character. This goes on throughout the play. ठीक है. That's the end. वो उसको टुपल को बोलता है जा जा तू सिनेगॉग में जा, मैं भी आता हूँ. सिनेगॉग is the holy place of the Jews. जैसे मुस्लिम्स का मॉस्क, कैथलिक्स का चर्च, सिख का गुरुद्वारा, हिंदू का टेंपल, जूस का सिनेगॉग. Anything not understood in this entire act 3 scene 1? Clear? Volume निकालो. Yes, please. Page number 53. Siddharth, start reading, beta.
This acts open Salerno and Salerno again functioning as a source, forming the audience of development of events against which the action of scene will take place. The suggestion made earlier that Antonio's merchantine ventures and sea might founder is not made specific. One of the Antonio's ships lies wrecked on the narrow seas where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried. The news of the danger of Antonio also prepared us for the entrance of Shiloh. The coordinate of that danger, who has by now discovered Jessica's involvement. The money lender enters, and both he and Salanio know perfectly well what news concerns Shiloh. Salanio, synchronic beating with its pretense of wanting to know the news is calculated to infuriate Shiloh, or even though we had not seen Shiloh since the development of his daughter, we know that his anger will have been fueled by the fact that Lorenzo and by implication the whole Christian community has held him above. One should be aware that Shiloh is ever conscious of his uniqueness in a Christian community. Then, at the mention of Antonio, Shiloh says ominously. And what is the meaning of ominously?
कहाँ पे रहता है?
Shiloh says
Shylock says ominously, let him look to his bone. Ominously मतलब in a chorus.
let him look to his bond. Without question, the bond is married. No longer, but Salanio has not comprehended this yet. His half serious question, how will not take his flesh, was that good for? Is answered savagely, if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. Shiloh declares. The Palacios speaks of Salanio and Salanio produce one of the Shiloh's most dramatic speech in the play. It is written in prose, but it is a good example of the super word. It is a good example of super intensity to which Shakespeare can raise many prose. Shiloh series of accusing rhetorical question from the central position of the speech. Now, had not a Jew eyes to it, the poisonous,
Not that.
completely silent sign of
Tormentors.
In fact, this piece silences us. We ourselves have to ponder it. It was one of the greatest pieces for human tolerance in the whole of the dramatic literature. But it is also something more, and we must not lose sight of its dramatic importance. It is a brief, Shiloh final decision concerning how he will deal with alcohol. Shiloh speaks of a Christian's humility with heavy sarcasm. Humility, he says, is a must of humility, he says, is a must of Christian virtue, but a virtue which is not much evident. The humility of a Christian, Shiloh says,
Ceases means stops.
ceases when a Christian is planned, or then the Christian takes revenge that the Christian's solution, and that will also be Shiloh's course of action. His solution to the wrong he has suffered is villainy. If you teach me, I will execute. And towards the end of the speech, he repeats like a refrain the word revenge. Shylock's speech on revenge is so powerful and so unswerable that it is lost on Saladino and Saladino, who are not to right anyway, but their silence on the stage stuns us. Shakespeare has manipulated our sympathy. Then, just when we were secure in feeling that childhood is easily reasoning was just Shakespeare shows us another facet of childhood, one of which we have seen before is concern with possession. And thus we must reconsider the whole matter of justice which we thought we had just solved. Shylock's friend Hoover enters, and in the exchange which follows, we realize that Shylock has become a mediator in order to build his own personal defense against the hostile Christian mercantile world of Venice. But his defense has increased to such an extent that he no longer can contain it. It possesses him now. He cannot properly distinguish between the love of riches and his love for his daughter Jessica. Shylock's obsession for position has blinded him. He is angry at the Christian who corrupted her. He has even lost all love for his daughter. I would my daughter were dead at my foot and the judge in my ear. Would she were first at my foot and buckets in her coffin. Thereby, we see the extent of Shylock's hatred by the end of the scene. The audience is convinced if it was not before that Shylock's attack on Antonio will be absolutely relentless if he can, he will literally take his pound of flesh.
So this scene is telling the audience that Shylock is going to take the pound of flesh from Antonio. Okay. Riya, passage 1. Yes, sir. Your name is Riya only, no? Rahil.
Passage 1. Answer the questions.
First the passage.
Saladino, why I am sure if we cooperate, no will not take its pledge that what will fall. Shylock, to bait fish with our, if it will be nothing else, it will be my revenge. He had disgraced me, and incurred me $500,000. Laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, wanted my bargain. Fooled my friends, spotted my enemies, and what's the reason I love you? Question. First, where are the speakers now? Who is with them? Answer. The speakers Saladino and Shylock are now in a street in Venice. Saladino is with them. Saladino and Saladino are obviously in a mood to tease and harass Shylock, who is distressed at the loss of a daughter and his buckets. Second, what prompts Saladino to ask Shylock about his intentions towards Antonio? The news that Antonio has lost his ships and has become bankrupt is really frightening. It prompts Saladino to ask Shylock what he will do in the case Antonio forfeited the money. Third, what does Shylock reveal? Answer. Shylock reveals his true intentions in taking revenge on Antonio. He hates Antonio, who has harmed and insulted him in 20 years. How has Antonio insulted Shylock? Antonio has harmed his business interests. He has laughed at his losses. He has scorned his community. He has sided with his enemies. According to Shylock, Antonio has ill-treated him simply because he is a Jew. Why has this speech by Shylock become famous? This speech by Shylock has become famous because it contains a factual account of how the Christians at the time were treating their Jews.
This line is very important. How a factual account of how the Christians of the time were treating the Jews. ये सेंटेंस को लिखने के लिए बच्चे इसको ठीक से एक्सप्रेस ही नहीं कर पाते, पता नहीं किस तरीके से बोलते रहते हैं. So this is the right way of saying it. A factual account of how the Christians of those times were treating the Jews. ठीक है? Continue बेटा.
And because this kind of interracial prejudice and hostility exists even today between certain communities and between certain religions.
Very important that they are saying certain communities, certain religions. You will also continue to say it like this. You will not start naming the communities and religions. कैसा ऐसा हो रहा है इंडिया और किसी कंट्री के बीच में या हिंदूज और किसी कम्युनिटी के बीच में किसी का नाम नहीं लेना है. Certain communities, certain religions, certain countries. बस. No naming any countries in the exam. Continue.
Yes, so the antagonism between the Jews and the Christians does not exist any longer. In fact, this speech is a classic account of the persecution which the Jews have been suffering for centuries at the hands of the Christians. We have here a second account of the injustice which the followers of one religion have been suffering at the hands of the fanatical followers of another religion. The wording of the account and the logical reasoning behind the account are really super. And the speech is an excellent example of rhetoric and poetry.
Rhetoric means when you are asking a question not to get an answer but to overemphasize the point that you are making. जैसे मम्मी बोलती है सुबह से बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ाई कर ली है ना तुमने, अब आराम करो बेटा, बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ ली है ना तुमने. तो she's not asking कि have you studied too much and for you to say नहीं मम्मा actually सुबह से तो थोड़ा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया था. She's not asking a question to get an answer. She's making a point कि सुबह से बिल्कुल पढ़ाई नहीं हुई है कि आप फिर से लेट गए हो तुम पलंग पे, पढ़ा लो थोड़ा 10 स्टैंडर्ड है. That is a rhetoric. And oratory means a good speech. To say in such a way कि audience सुन रही है, सो नहीं रही है और audience समझ रही है कि क्या बोला जा रहा है. That is oratory. ठीक है ना? चलो passage to Raghav.
Salary. There is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between dead and alive. More between your blood than there is between dead and dead. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or shadow? There I have another bad match, a bankrupt, a prodigal, who dares cast, show his head on the yellow. A beggar that was used to come so smug about the man. Let him look to his God. He was wont to call me a youth.
Asher.
Let him look to his own. He was wont to lend money for distant courtesy. Let him look to his own.
Okay, now firstly look into your textbook and tell me what are the line numbers of passage number 2.
Number 40.
14.
40 for shallow square.
40 and 45.
35.
नहीं salary में से start करो ना.
Yes,
Get the passage.
35, 40 and 45.
So 35 to
45.
35 to 45.
Yes.
46 around.
35 to 46.
46.
ठीक दूसरी बुक में थोड़ा दूसरा होता है. Now tell me passage 1. What are the line numbers?
Then it is 40.
What passage 1?
47.
Number 55, 50.
50.
Yes.
52.
47.
47 to
53.
52 52?
It's 69, no,
69?
58, 58. From
58.
58 to 50.
52, 58.
Yes.
Okay.
8.
Now you're reading the question answers of passage 2.
Who uses this phrase flesh and blood? Was it misunderstood by anyone? Sherlock used this phrase to describe his daughter, Jessica. He was sorry to say that his own flesh and blood rebelled against him. He was thus referring to Jessica's elopement. It is unbearable for Sherlock to note that his own daughter should run away with her destiny and show her disregard for her father. This remark was misunderstood or deliberately misinterpreted. Shylock uses the phrase flesh and blood in the usual sense, that Jessica is his natural daughter. He refers to the biological relationship between father and child. But Salanio has Salarino make fun of him, asking him if his physical desires are aroused even in his old age. Explain the comparisons made by Salarino between jet and ivory and red wine and red. Salarino is quick to the point out that there is hardly any similarity between Shylock and his daughter Lucy. If Jessica is ivory, which is white and beautiful, Shylock is jet black and attractive. Jessica is reddish, white wine, while Shylock is red wine. There can be no confusion between the two. Shylock gives a warning, let him look to his bond. What are his reasons? Shylock gives a warning to be conveyed to Antonio to take care of his bond. He must repay the money within the prescribed limit of time. Shylock complains that Antonio used to call him a despicable money lender, charging him high interest. He also used to lend money to people without interest to show his Christian generosity. Why is Antonio not seen under reality? Now that Antonio is bankrupt with many debts and loans yet to be cleared, he does not come to the reality, the stock exchange, where merchants generally gather to do business. In what sense is Antonio a prodigal? Is he a bankrupt? Explain Shylock's views. Give your comments. When Salarino talks about Antonio's losses, Shylock speaks impatiently. He had given a loan of 3,000 ducats against this man's security. Shylock calls Antonio a bankrupt who has no money to spend. All he had has been lost. Then Shylock charges Antonio for being a prodigal. He has wasted his money thoughtlessly, according to Shylock. Antonio has ruined himself by taking a loan for his extravagant friend. This is culpable prodigality. We may not, however, agree with Shylock in claiming a self-sacrificing gentleman like
Culpable prodigality is irresponsible action. The fact that Antonio has taken so much money at such a great risk to fund a person who is spending it on frivolous matters, ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट के उसको पैसा चाहिए था, ऐसे ही पोर्शिया के पास जाने के लिए और ये सब के लिए, तो he saying it is irresponsible action on the part of Antonio. Also, he is calling it irresponsible because he assumed too much that my ships will be back, they won't wreck. The risk कैसे ले सकते हो आप? फ्यूचर को कौन प्रेडिक्ट कर सकता है? ओके, पैसेज 3 आर्यन, फर्स्ट टेल मी, ओके फर्स्ट यू रीड.
Shylock, how can Tubal, what news from
Genoa.
Has thou found my daughter, Tubal? I often come where I did hear of her, but cannot find her. Shylock, why there, a diamond, gone, cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. I never felt it till now. 2,000 ducats in that and other precious jewels. I put my daughter well fed at my foot, and the jewels in her ear. Would she wear hers at my foot and the ducats in her coffin? No news of them. Why so? And I know not what spent in the search. Why though loss upon loss? Thief gone with so much, and so much to find me, and no satisfaction, nor regret, nor no ill luck staring but lies on my shoulders. No sight but of my dream. No tears but of my shame. Double. Yes, other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard in Gino.
Which line numbers are these? 70?
5 to 90.
Sixty-five. 65 to
80.
65 to 80.
From 80 to till
103.
81.
82 के 81 शाइलॉक का डायलॉग से स्टार्ट
yes,
थोड़ा थोड़ा बुक्स में थोड़ा थोड़ा अलग होता है ना
81 to 102.
81 to 102 ठीक है क्वेश्चन आंसर बेटा
What is Shylock's predicament as reflected in this passage?
predicament means trouble problem dilemma confusion
Shylock is in a sad state because of the loss of his money and his wealth. Of course, he is feeling grief also on account of the disgrace which his daughter has brought on him by running away from home, stealing his money, and by running away with the Christian. In what light do you see Shylock on this occasion? Shylock here appears to be a pathetic figure. Any father would experience similar feelings of grief at the gross misconduct of this kind on the part of his daughter. Shylock's grief is natural, but he also appears here in a comic light. The manner in which he laments his loss.
laments means feels sorry
But he also appears here in a comic. He laments his loss as a touch of
absurdity
absurdity.
to be absurd is to be strange not normal
In fact, he is more grieved by the loss of his ducat and his jewels than by the loss of his disgraceful daughter. He is magnifying his personal loss by giving it the dimensions of a national loss. The curse never fell upon our nation till now, he says. Why does Shylock want his daughter dead at his foot and the jewels in her ear? Shylock's daughter has not only brought him disgrace by running away from home, and that too with a Christian, but has also caused him a heavy financial loss by stealing his money and his jewels. He would not mind his daughter having the jewels in his ear if he can have the satisfaction of seeing his daughter's death before him. What conclusion does Tubal offer Shylock? Consolation. Tubal tells Shylock that Shylock is not the only man who has suffered badly. He then mentions the case of Antonio. It is a well-known fact that we feel our own losses much less when we learn that other people have also suffered losses. And our grief is further diminished as we are told that our enemies have suffered heavy losses. On being told that Antonio has lost his ships on the sea, Shylock feels greatly consoled.
consoled
Does Shylock get any satisfaction or revenge afterwards? Shylock does get some satisfaction afterwards, though his satisfaction proves to be short. He comes very close to getting his revenge upon Antonio when the judge tells him that he is entitled to a pound of Antonio's flesh. Shylock feels jubilant at this time, and he had even
jubilant we did in daffodils what does it mean jubilant नहीं था joking था jubilant is same happy excited
he had even begun to sharpen his mind. But then the judge tells him that in the process of cutting the flesh, he must not shed any blood. because no blood has been mentioned in the poem. Thus, Shylock is unable to get any real satisfaction because he cannot take his revenge upon his enemy.
Not the judge here, because Portia or set the condition that no drop of blood should be.
Yeah, but lawyer can say all these things unless the judge endorses it. It's nothing ना. Lawyers तो बहुत सारे पॉइंट उठाते हैं. तो यहाँ पर उन्होंने आगे की स्टोरी रिवील की है. Anyone has not gone through the story आगे का, that has been revealed over here, because in the passage if they ask you what happens afterwards, then you have to go beyond the scene and say what happened afterwards. So actually what happens afterwards is there is a court case, and there Shylock is sitting with his knife and he's sharpening his knife on the sole of his foot. Those days, just like these days we see horses have the shoe which has a metal rim. शू की नाल कभी हॉर्स शू गिर जाता है तो कोई लोग अपने दरवाजे पे भी लगाते हैं एज अ गुड लक. So those days the shoes used to be leather shoes. There was no plastic and rubber, and it used to have a lining of metal just so that the shoe will last very long. क्योंकि तब machines नहीं थी, हाथ से ही बनता था हर चीज, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा फॉर्म भी नहीं होता था, इजीली टूट जाता था, एंड बहुत सारे जूते बनते भी नहीं थे. Every person would have just one slipper and one shoe. Nobody had a drawer full of 17 shoes. If you come home and see my shoes, I'm badnaam in the family. कि कितने जूते तेरे पास. Anyway, so he is taking a knife and he is sharpening it on the sole of his shoe. तो वो एक बहुत एक सीन जो होता है स्टेज पे, वो एक बहुत गौरी सीन होता है कि ये अभी इसके साथ करने वाला है. So anyway, what happens is that Portia dresses up as a lawyer and comes to the court, and she raises this point that, of course, according to the bond, if he is not able to give money, then he is supposed to take his pound of flesh. So he should have his pound of flesh. So Shylock is very happy. Oh, great lawyer! What a great lawyer! You have studied so well. You are a perfect lawyer. Yes, judge, please listen to what the lawyer is saying. See the bond. I am supposed to take the pound of flesh. शुरू तो वैसे करती है, ठीक है. उसके बाद ऑडियंस जो कोर्ट रूम में बैठे हैं, रिपब्लिक बैठी है वहां पर, जो ड्यूक है, जो जज है, जो पोर्शिया है, सब शाइलॉक को बोलते हैं हैव मर्सी. ही इज नॉट एबल टू गिव द मनी, हिज शिप्स हैव गॉन, बट he is ready to pay you 6 times the money, because by now एंटोनियो को रिवील हो गया है कि मेरी शिप डूबी नहीं है. That was a wrong rumor. So he is willing to pay 6 times the money. कितना money लिया था? 3,000 multiplied by 6, 18,000. 3,000 के बदले में 18,000 is a good exchange of money within a period of 3 months. 3 months का time period था. So he is willing to give 6 times, but Shylock says no. I will take my pound of flesh. So everyone says have mercy, take the 6 times. Portia says take 10 times. Because she's so very rich, huh? She says take 10 times, but free Antonio. He says no. तो फिर पोर्शिया का बहुत लंबा famous speech, quality of mercy. If God always shows mercy on us, so if you as a human being show mercy on someone else, then you are being like God. And a human being should always aspire to be like God. So if you show Antonio mercy today, then you are being like God. People will worship you. They will have respect for you. But बंदा अपना नहीं मानता, चाकू को शार्पन करते रहता है. फिर पोर्शिया बहुत स्टाइल से बोलती है, okay then you have your bond. उसके हिसाब से तो आपको फ्लेश काटना ही चाहिए. तो you please get up and get ready for cutting this thing. तो बसानियो बोलता है no, अच्छा एक काम करते हैं, रुको पहले एम्बुलेंस बुलाते हैं, पहले डॉक्टर को यहाँ खड़ा रखते हैं. तो शायलोक क्या बोलता है, बॉन्ड में लिखा है क्या? तो डॉक्टर नहीं आएगा, एम्बुलेंस नहीं आएगा, बॉन्ड में लिखा है क्या? तो पोर्शिया भी बोलती है हाँ बॉन्ड में नहीं लिखा है, डॉक्टर नहीं आएगा. तो अगेन शायलोक प्रेजेस पोर्शिया के, अरे वाह ये तो क्या लॉयर है, इतना यंग लॉयर.
One lawyer same for both sides.
What both the sides?
Means she's speaking for Shylock and then later she speaks for Antonio.
She is Antonio's lawyer, okay? But उस टाइम पे जो सिस्टम था, या फिर शेक्सपियर ने इस तरीके से दिखाया कि एक ड्यूक जो है, जो पब्लिक है, जो पोर्शिया है, जो बसानियो है, everybody has their say कि मेरा opinion ये है. तो एक unofficial type of court scene शायद आज से 600 साल पहले ऐसा था, ठीक है? So again, Shylock उसको बहुत praise करता है and all that. So she says, please get up. You have your pound of flesh. Doctor तो नहीं आएगा Mr. Bassanio because it is not written in the bond. We have to follow the bond. अभी ये सब जो था ना, ये सब उसका एक ड्रामा था. ये उसका एक पॉइंट था कि हर चीज में बॉन्ड में तो नहीं है, बॉन्ड में तो नहीं है, बॉन्ड में तो ऐसा है, तो ऐसा ही होगा. तो उसको बोलते हैं चलिए आप आ जाइए, अपना पाउंड ऑफ फ्लेश काट लीजिए. तो वो होता है अपना पॉइंट भी एकदम उसने शार्पन किया होता है नाइफ को, और वो उसको टच करने लगता है. तो बोलती है बट 1 मिनट बॉन्ड के हिसाब से ही आपको काटना है. तो हाँ बॉन्ड के हिसाब से काट रहा हूं. नहीं तो बॉन्ड में ये नहीं लिखा कि एक भी ड्रॉप ऑफ ब्लड आ सकता है. अगर एक भी ड्रॉप ऑफ ब्लड आया तो आपको फॉरफिट करना पड़ेगा. क्या करना पड़ेगा? आपको आपकी सारी जो जायदाद है वो अपनी बेटी के नाम करना पड़ेगा. तो बोलता है नहीं 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 ऐसे कैसे मेरे को नहीं चाहिए पाउंड ऑफ फ्लेश. होती नहीं बॉन्ड में लिखा है आपको कट करना ही पड़ेगा. तो ऐसे मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ? मैं कट भी करूंगा बट ब्लड नहीं निकलेगा. बोलती ये तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम. तो वो बोलता है जज प्लीज हैव मर्सी ऑन मी, मेरी जान ले लो पर मेरे को भिखारी मत बनाओ. मैं पैसे के बगैर नहीं जिंदा रह सकता हूँ. मेरी क्या औकात हो जाएगी? मैं रास्ते में पड़े रहूंगा. मैं अपना सारा पैसा जेसिका को दे दूं, आंटोनियो को दे दूं. नहीं अच्छा ठीक है, वो तुम बोल रहे थे ना 10 टाइम्स, मैं 10 टाइम्स लेता हूँ छोटा. और क्या होती नहीं वो टाइम तो गया. बोलता है ठीक है चलो मैं 6 टाइम लेता हूँ, 6 टाइम लेता हूँ छोटा. बोलती नहीं वो टाइम तो गया. तुम अभी अपना पाउंड ऑफ फ्लेश लो और एक भी ड्रॉप ऑफ ब्लड गिरना नहीं चाहिए. बोलते हैं पर ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है ना. बोलती ये तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम है, बॉन्ड के हिसाब से तो यही है. That is how the courtroom scene ends. Everybody has a hearty laugh and Shakespeare is telling the audience कि देखो औरतें कितनी सियानी होती है. That's the point he's making. So यहाँ पर ये जो afterwards है वो ये है कि no, ultimately he did not get his revenge because he did not get to even touch the knife. क्योंकि एक drop भी blood अगर गिर जाता तो problem था. So that is that. Now we have to go ahead and you will do the practice exercise for homework. इसमें देख लो क्या questions है, किसमें doubt है तो पूछो. Will you be able to write the answers?
Yeah.
हाँ अच्छे से मैंने Act 3 Scene 1 सिखा दिया है. I think you are very clear कि ये सीन में क्या क्या हो रहा है. इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा तो आपको आंसर पता है. थोड़ा सा Act 3 Scene 2 तक जाएं हम लोग. टाइम है हमारे पास, ठीक है?
Only 2 acts are in it, right?
2
Acts.
Act 3 and Act 4 and Act 5 भी एक है बेटा.
No,
3 acts.
how many are removed?
2. अच्छा अभी इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि Act 3 Scene 2 जो है, अब हम वेनिस से निकल जाते हैं, हम वहां पहुंच जाते हैं. कहाँ? पोर्शिया के घर में वेलमोंट में. अब वहां पे क्या हो रहा है? ऑलरेडी 2 किंग्स ने चॉइस किया था प्रिंस. एक मोरक्को एंड एक एरागोन. एक ने गोल्ड चूज किया था, एक ने सिल्वर चूज किया था. बेसिकली ऑडियंस को पता चल गया है व्हिच इज द करेक्ट कैस्केड बिकॉज़ 3 ही है, 2 रॉन्ग हो चुके हैं. दैट मींस थर्ड इज करेक्ट. ठीक है? नाउ Bassanio has come. Right from the beginning, Portia is behaving very differently. When Aragon and Morocco came, she was behaving very negative. In conversation with Nerissa, Shakespeare reveals Portia's feelings to the audience कि उसको कैसा लग रहा है जब वो नेरिसा से बात करती है ऑडियंस को पता चलता है तो जब बसानियो की बारी आती है तो अब ओरेगोन एंड मोरक्को पोर्शिया वांटेड देम टू चूज फास्ट एंड गेट आउट फ्रॉम देयर कि हो गया तुम्हारा रॉन्ग चॉइस है तुम निकलो यहां से विद बसानियो शी वांट्स टू डिले व्हाई शी वांट्स टू डिले कि रुको रुको इतना जल्दी क्या तुमको चॉइस करने के लिए तुम इतना ट्रैवल करके आए हो why don't you rest for a couple of days after that you make the choice why is she saying this
Because if he chooses the wrong one, she can spend time still.
if he chooses the wrong one then she can spend time with him
No, even if he can like tell her, she can give her him.
तो उसके बारे में वो बोलती है कि I am very tempted to give you a hint but I am bound to my father my loyalty to my father that I cannot reveal to the suitor what is the right answer क्योंकि उसको भी तो पता लग गया ना right answer कौन सा है ऑडियंस को भी पता लग गया उसको भी पता लग गया क्योंकि गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर तो रॉन्ग हो गया तो सबको उसको भी पता है कि लेड करेक्ट है ऑडियंस को भी पता है लेड राइट है बट बसानियो को नहीं पता है सो शी इज टेलिंग बसानियो वेट टू रेस्ट फॉर सम टाइम बिकॉज़ इफ यू रिमेंबर वन ऑफ द पहले का उसमें था कि इफ अ प्रिंस मेक्स अ रॉन्ग चॉइस देन सर्टेन रूल्स ही हैज टू फॉलो व्हाट आर दोस रूल्स
He cannot marry anyone.
yeah he cannot
He
do
has to
another
leave
one.
Belmont immediately.
He has to leave Belmont immediately and
He cannot tell anyone.
he cannot reveal the secret of the caskets कि मैंने कौन सा चूज किया था वो राइट था कि रॉन्ग था ये सब आप नहीं बता सकते these are the three rules so she is scared that if Bassanio makes the wrong choice he will have to leave immediately तो जब तक उसने चॉइस नहीं किया है she has time with him अगर उसने रॉन्ग चॉइस कर दिया he has to leave immediately and then she cannot meet Portia again ये भी फोर्थ था ना कि that person cannot come and meet Portia again so she is dilly-dallying him तो इससे ये भी रिवील होता है कि she does not have too much confidence in Bassanio she likes him but she does not have confidence in him on the other hand Bassanio doesn't want to dilly-dally he says फटाफट मैं अपना चॉइस करता हूँ he has lot of confidence either confidence or he is foolish he is not thinking
He want to make his choice because it was troubling him that
Yes.
he will win or lose.
yes pendulum की तरह लटक रहा हूँ बेचारा ठीक है so what she says to delay him she says rest for some time you have just traveled and come and he says no I will make my choice I'm not resting so she says okay to calm your nerves because you must be in anxiety we will have music being played when the music is played she tells Nerissa I will sing a song for Bassanio so that he will feel calm and he will make right choice now audience यहाँ पर सोचती है कि through the song is Portia going to reveal the correct answer उसको hint दे रही है क्या तो ऑडियंस बहुत ध्यान से उसके सॉन्ग को सुनता है और उस टाइम पे क्या था सॉन्ग को स्पीकर पे नहीं बजता था स्टेज होता था इवन चार्ली चैपलिन की जो मूवीज थी स्टेज था स्टेज के साइड में बकायदा एक ऑर्केस्ट्रा था वो म्यूजिक बजाते थे वो गाना गाते थे सो बेसिकली जब ये सीन चल रहा है तो ऑडियंस नाउ इज नॉट लुकिंग एट द स्टेज ऑडियंस इज लुकिंग एट द सिंगर क्योंकि ये कि ये कुछ अभी उसको देगी उसको भी देगी उसको सॉन्ग में कुछ हिंट होगा बट वो कोई हिंट नहीं देती ठीक है एंड बसानियो गोज अहेड एंड ही मेक्स द चॉइस अब यहाँ पर हमको एक टेबल बनाना है ट्यूशन बुक में कि बसानियो ने गोल्ड को रिजेक्ट करते टाइम क्या रीजन दिया बसानियो ने सिल्वर को रिजेक्ट करते टाइम क्या रीजन दिया बसानियो ने लेड को सिलेक्ट करने के लिए क्या रीजन दिया समझ गया ऐसा आपको टेबल बनाना है same table you have to make for Morocco also same table you have to make for Aragon also because every prince when he is making the choice he gives reasons why he is selecting the rejecting the other two and why he is selecting this one तो ये अगर इनका टेबल फॉर्मेट अगर आपके पास होगा तो इट इज वेरी क्लियर फॉर यू ऐसे ही एक और टेबल हमको बनाना है कि पोर्शिया को एरागोन से क्या आपत्ति थी उसको मोरक्को से क्या आपत्ति थी व्हाट वाज द नेगेटिव पॉइंट दैट पोर्शिया हैड फॉर द प्रिंस ऑफ एरागोन फॉर द प्रिंस ऑफ मोरक्को क्लियर टेबल्स के बारे में? चलो हम टेक्स्ट बुक पढ़ेंगे।
Where is that meant?
अच्छा पर हम ये क्यों बनाएंगे? तो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है। आपका पूरा बुक है नहीं अभी आपको।
But this is also not given, right? That what problem she had from
अरे तू भूल रहा है ये दारू बहुत पीता है, ये झगड़ा बहुत करता है, ये
for Act 1 Scene 2.
हाँ तो
It was not Moroccan Act 1. They were the Frenchmen, the English.
हाँ तो वो सब के पर वो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है। बट आप जाओ, अरे बुक इधर दो और जाओ। Act 3 Scene 2. Portia has fallen in love with Bassanio and wants him to wait a few days before making his choice of the caskets. But Bassanio refuses to wait. He meditates aloud on the difference between the appearance and reality and then chooses the leaden casket and wins Portia for his wife. Nerissa and Graciano congratulate him and Graciano declares his own marriage plans. Lorenzo and Jessica arrive at Belmont together with Salarino, who has brought a letter from Antonio. Antonio has written to say that he isn't Shylock's father. ये सब बोला है इस सीन के अंदर, ठीक है? So Belmont, a room in Portia's house, enter Bassanio, Portia, Graciano, Nerissa, and servants. I pray you tarry. Tarry मतलब wait. Pause a day or two before you hazard. For in choosing wrong, I lose your company. Therefore, forbear a while. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you, and you know yourself. Hate counsels not in such a quality. So she's asking him to wait, otherwise he will have to leave, and she will never see him again. But lest you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden had no tongue, but thought, I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. I would prefer कि तू महीना 2 महीना के लिए पहले रेस्ट कर, फिर चूज करना, क्योंकि उसके अगेंस्ट तो कोई रूल नहीं है ना. I would teach you how to choose right, but then I am forsworn. I am already bound, sworn by my father that I cannot guide the suitors. So will I never be, or so may you miss me, but if you do, you will make me wish a sin. Okay? You are tempting me to commit a sin. What sin, Rahil? What sin? What is he tempting her to commit with sin?
To tell the correct casket.
So what is the sin here? Disloyalty to her father. Underline sin and right, disloyalty to her father. Breaking a promise that she has made to her father. Sin इधर है. Line number 12. That had I been forsworn मतलब पहले से promise लिया था. Because father तो भी मर चुका है ना, अभी नहीं लिया, पहले से लिया था. Beshrew your eyes, they have overlooked me and divided me. One half of me is yours, the other half yours, mine own. I would say, but if mine, then yours, and so all yours. So basically, वो बोल रही है, I am yours, but she's in love, but she's in confusion. तो थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ बोल रही है, वो बहुत clarity में बात नहीं कर रही है. She's talking gibberish out of anxiety. Oh, these naughty times put bars between the owners and their writers, and so though yours, not yours, prove it so. Let fortune go to hell for it, not I. I speak too long, but 'tis to peace the time, to eke it, and to draw it out in length, to stay you from election. Election meaning to choose the correct casket. देखो CBSE बोर्ड ना बेटा, इतना जल्दी आ गए. अच्छा 15 मिनट की हो. For as I am, I live upon the rack. Live upon the rack means a poor person who doesn't have a beautiful mansion to stay on. He lives on the rack, so-called कहीं पर भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे सो गए, स्टेशन पे सो गए, sort of thing. So what is the reason Bassanio is saying that he wants to hurry up? In getting married to Portia, he gets a lovely house to stay on. Otherwise, वो station के bench पे सो गया. So he doesn't want to dilly-dally this decision anymore. समझा कि नहीं? हाँ. Upon the rack, Bassanio, then confess what reason there is mingled with your love. तो शायद उसको अभी तक पता नहीं था कि ये इतना गरीब कोई आदमी है. तो बोलती है, do you really love me or you are here only for the house? None but that ugly treason of mistrust, which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. There may be as well be amity and life, between snow and fire as treason and my love. बोलता है कि the only sin you can commit in love is to not have faith in the love. I love you so much and you are mistrusting me. तो basically उसको बोल रहा भाई I love you, I'm here because I love you. But I fear you speak upon the rack. Why men enforced do speak anything? Promise me life and I'll confess the truth. Promise कर कि अगर मैं truth बोलूँगा तो तू मेरे से friendship तोड़ नहीं देगी. तो मैं तुझे honestly बता देता हूँ. तो वो उसको यही बोलने वाला है कि I love you. Well then confess and live. Had been the very sum of my confess and love. Had been the very sum of my confession. Oh happy torment when my torturer doubt teach me answers for deliverance. But let me to my fortune and the casket. बोलता है वही आदमी जो मुझे टॉर्चर कर रहा है वही मुझे सिखा रहा है कि मुझे क्या जवाब देना है ताकि मुझे टॉर्चर ना हो. तो ये सब बातें प्यार की बंद करो, मुझे मेरे कैस्केट्स के पास लेके जाओ, मैं चॉइस करूंगा. Away then, I am locked in one of them. I am locked in one of them. मतलब the correct casket will have a picture of Portia. The wrong casket will have something else. We have already seen what that something else is. If you do love me, you will find me out. Nerissa and the rest stand all aloof. के दूर हट जाओ, उसको परेशान मत करो. Let music sound while he doubt make his choice. Then if he lose, he makes a swan-like end. So when a swan dies, the female swan sings a song for her dead husband. So she is saying कि let music be played so that even if he makes a wrong choice, his exit will be like that of a swan, wherein he has to leave from here, but music is already playing. समझा कि नहीं समझा swan वाला चीज? Fading in music, that's the comparison, may stand more proper. My eye shall be stream and watery death beg for him. If he makes a wrong choice, then I will be crying. And then again his exit will be that like a swan, because just like a swan dies in water, the Bassanio will leave from here in a watery exit, the water of my tears. Hindi movie se bhi zyada. He may win. And what is music then? Then music is even as the flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. But ये भी तो हो सकता है कि वो जीत जाए. तो अगर वो जीत जाएगा तो फिर म्यूजिक का पॉइंट क्या है? फिर वो म्यूजिक वो है जैसे कोई प्रिंस को मोनार्क बनाते हैं, क्राउन करते हैं उसको, तो म्यूजिक बजता है, तो फिर वो म्यूजिक वो है. फिर जैसे if a man is getting married, then the custom in Italy was that the morning of his wedding, he is woken up with music. So then this music will be that we are playing music for Bassanio because today he is going to get married. If he wins, then that will be the music. Now he goes with no less presence, but with much more love than young Achilles when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by the howling crowd to the sea monster. इसको समझ लो, ये एग्जाम में आया. Troy is the name of a city. वहाँ पर they had this custom of every year or maybe every month, I don't know what it is, one lady, a maiden meaning a lady who is not yet married. She is grown up, but she is not married, so she is not a kid. So a grown up lady was fed to the sea monster. So she was taken in a boat and then thrown into the ocean so that the sea monster can eat that lady but not attack Troy. तो ये जो कस्टम चल रहा था, इसमें से one lady who was going to be thrown like this, Hercules, a very strong man known for his strength, came to the rescue of this lady and he killed the sea monster so that this lady doesn't have to be thrown into the ocean. So she's saying that Bassanio is behaving like a Hercules now, because if he makes the right choice, he will be saving a maiden from being thrown into the hands of the monster. Because Bassanio is making the right choice, then she will get married to him. If he makes the wrong choice, then she will be thrown to the person whom she has to get married, but actually she doesn't love. समझा कि नहीं समझा? चलो back up. ऐसे मैंने कौन सा दिया था लास्ट टाइम होमवर्क के लिए? Essay 1. So now you will do essay number 2 for homework. हाँ वो बेटा. Thank you बेटा.
ये अंदर लिख आ गया.
परमिशन लिखते हैं.
अच्छा, मुझे लगा इस क्लास में सीरियस